Hey, good evening, peace, power, and profit to everybody. How you all doing on this evening? I'm a little early because I'm a little behind. So I need to get some information out because I have some applications to go incomplete on my own. So I can't stay too long. I can only stay an hour. I can only stay an hour. All right. So I give you guys an extra 12 minutes to go with that. So peace and power and profit to everybody. Um, I just want to remind everyone, probably not until April, I'll be doing the Tuesday evening thing, and then I probably need to wait till after tax season. There's a lot going on with the SBA, trying to stay ahead, trying to get my stuff done, trying to help other business owners. So it's just been kind of super busy. So I apologize for being delayed. Put your questions in the chat. If you have any questions in reference to PPP, I'm try to go ahead and answer them now. Round one, round two, auto forgiveness, as well as the injured economic injury disaster loan. Okay, I'm gonna show you some documentation just in case you're unfamiliar with it. They may be able to help you out, save you guys some money out there because some of you all are, yeah. Anyways, all right. So I just want to do a little advertising. CP Johnson Enterprise. If you got employees, maybe your business has expanded. I want to make sure that you all know that CP Johnson Enterprise offering employability and job skills and customer service training. Right. You can do this virtually, or you can actually do it in person. However you want to do it. Right. And this basically designed to get your employees up to speed on what's going on, how to conduct themselves in when they're working. Also, we got Miss Body Fit. It's Mr. Chandra Brown. She's out there in Florida, and she is doing some great things. If you want to hit her up, see how she can be contacted. There you go. Bam. She has some virtual training. She can help you get your meal plans together and workouts and accountability and all that great stuff. She is a bodybuilder, so she's preparing for a show. So hit the sister up, hit her up, hit her up, hit her up. Also, you guys want to know what's got me on the move, what's got me going and headed in the right direction, giving me the strength that I needed and been missing? It has been this Superfly product right here. The sea moss smoothies. These smoothies are available on the Shopify. And so if you're interested in uh, in purchasing any of the product, whether it's raw sea moss or sea moss gel, purple gel or gold, or the smoothies or sea moss soap, then you can hit up the Shopify and it'll take you straight to the link and you can make it happen. Okay. If you're interested in some virtual training, maybe in-person training if you're in the area, bam, that's how the brother can be contacted. Those are the websites. There's the phone number. Hey, there you go. That's my trainer. And I also purchased the products. And as you can see, if you follow my progress, I am doing phenomenal. Okay, so let's get into it. So if you have questions in reference to a PPP, that's the Paycheck Protection Program. Let's go to the internet. Let's go to the SBA website. All right. So on the SBA website, there's your new SBA administrator. I guess they had to put her on there. All right, so here's the SBA website, and look like we made a little changes up in here. So let's put in PPP and let's see what comes up. All right. So as you can tell, they're winding down. So the website is changing. It's changing quickly. Okay. They didn't change that part. Let's see if we can maneuver. Listen, the SBA website is changing, so hopefully you done got your information in. I hope you did. I hope you've applied. All right. Let me open it up. So let's look at some key aspects of it. What I want to highlight in this. First of all, I want to talk about the documentation. Let's see if they have what I'm looking for. Honey, they done changed the site on this. Let's see. They are updating fast. They closing the program down, I think Monday. Yeah. Let's see what they still have up. You got to search for the stuff now. All right. So the deadline is March 31st, but listen, don't be fooled, because some companies are taking these on Monday is the last day for them to take in the applications. So don't be deceived. Some of you guys probably already got it. Maybe you already funded. All right. So let's look at the first drawdown. You kind of already understand that you got a while to pay to submit your documentations, pay it back for forgiveness. Lenders, you guys, some of you guys are still looking for them. Let me look at the application really quick. Yeah, they weaning this out to get this off their site very soon. So if you haven't gotten your application in, I would recommend and suggest you do. So I'll go through it real fast for you. And who's eligible? All right. Make sure you have the correct form. The form was revised March the 3rd. So make sure you have the right form, okay? You don't want your stuff to sit in the system and you don't have the right form. All right. In particularly those who are independent contractors and sole proprietors, make sure you check one of these blocks up here, even if you have a nonprofit. All right. So let me fill it out. So let's say you're a sole proprietor, you file a Schedule C. You click that sole proprietor box right here. Then you put the year that you was established. Let's say you incorporated in 2018. Bam. Then you put the name of your business. Right? And you put your address in. Right? And then you put in your NAICS code. And then you select that you have no more than 500 employees. Then you scroll down. I put the address and the name on the same spot. So let me get that out. The car, Mike. Oh, you must be got it. Okay. Then you put the address. All right, that's the address. All right. I just told him that. You got it. Oh my God, I bet he scratched my car up. Okay, then you put your EIN number. Right? Put your business phone number. Right? Put your contact, the email. All right, so when you get right here, your monthly payroll, this will be your, so if you pulled out your Schedule C, if you pulled out your Schedule C, right, whether you use it 2020 or 2019, this line right here, line 7, right, that's the number you're going to take divided by 12. All right, that's the number you're going to take and divide it by 12. So let's say you made 10,000. If you're selling goods and you put a cost of goods sold number right here, it's, you got to subtract 4 from what, well, you drop that 10 down here because you no return, so that would be 0. Line 2 from line 1 is 10,000. Line 4 from line 3 is 5,000. And then there's no other, so 5 plus 6 is 5,000. So if you have cost of goods sold, then that's the number. You're taking the 5,000 divided by 12. If you don't have any cost of goods sold, then this will be 10 and this will be 10. All right. So then at this point, you would take the 10,000 and you would divide it by 12. So it would be Schedule C, line 7, which is 10,000. Number of months. Is 12. Right? And this would equals average monthly what does it say? Oh, is it average monthly payroll? Monthly payroll. Format that. Wrap the text. Wrap. Bam. That would be average monthly payroll. Okay. So it will be equals 10,000 divided by 12. That will be your number. This is $1 and it's $1. Yep. And so it will be these two numbers right here. Right. And that will be your total. Okay, so that 833.33 will go right here, right? Times 2.5 plus EIDL. So it would take 2.5. So this will be 2.5 plus EIDL. Not include any EIDL. So don't include advance. So if you got EIDL, you add that plus the 2.5 equals the loan requested amount. So it will be equals that amount times 2.5. If you got EIDL, you would add that. If not, you just leave it like that. Bam. So that's how much you would put for your loan amount. Oh, let me put, hold on. Let me undo that. Undo that. I'm gonna put the 2.5 right here. So equals that times this. That's it right there. All right. And this is requested loan amount. Right, bam. And then you take that 2083.33. All right. And then if you have employees, you put it. If you don't, you put 0 or you put 1, however you want to do it. Okay. Then you click payroll costs. If you have rent, mortgage interest, utilities, anything like that to put in there, you can check those boxes. All right. If not, it's just payroll costs. Scroll down. It says list all owners of 20% or more of the equity of the applicant. So if you're the only owner, you put yours there. Then you do that. Then you do that. Then you'll put your SSN. Then you put your address. Right? Bam. Okay. Then you scroll down. If you want to include the demographic information, you can. If you don't have to. It is optional. Right? Keep going. Answer all these questions. If you haven't been suspended, if your business is not owned and controlled by nobody else, if it's not, the first one is debarment. The second one, if the business is not, if you don't have no federal loan issues, delinquent, default in the past 7 years. So make sure if you got student loans, but make sure you call and put them in a payment plan. Make sure you're not owned by another business. Did you receive the disaster loan in between January 31st and April 31st? If you did, you put yes. If not, you put no. Have you been recently incarcerated? If you have, and make sure you put your initials right there. Here, have you had a felony or embezzled? Put your initials. Don't forget to add that. Principals, have you in business, is your principal place of residence for the employees in the U.S.? Say yes. If it's a franchise, say yes. If not, say no. Franchise through the SBA director, say yes. If not, say no. Stroll down. Make sure you initial each of these after reading them. I read it so much I don't feel like reading it right now. Go through the motion of each. All right. Make sure that you sign it. Print your name, the date, title, and then you go here. We have this little block. You hit down arrow, and you put with changes, and you save it. Oh wait, let me change it to something else if I mess something up. Right, and then boom. Now, if you have employees, right, and you have to fill out, well, let me make sure I have questions in the chat. if you have employees and they ask you for a 941, and if you haven't filed them for 2020, so if you have a payroll system, you would have filed them. If you don't have a payroll system, then you have to do it manually and file. Pay your taxes, you just go Google 941, and here you go. Put in your EIN number. All right. Put in your name of your company. Lord, I forgot what I named my company. Hold on. Let me go back up. I came up with a name. Hold up. Let me go back up. Put your name of your company. Cool Water Lawn Care. That's what I named it. Okay. Cool Water Lawn Care. All right. You can put the address. Let me get the address from here. I can copy and paste it. All right. Yup. Bam. All right. So then you have to select the quarter, which quarter you want to select. Okay. So you got to do it for the whole year. And this is a 2021. So make sure you're selecting 2020 when you do it. Okay. Make sure you have the right form. I had to get a PDF filler in order to get the right form. So make sure you have the right form, right? Because you're doing this for 2020. But I'm going to just show you on 2021. All right. You're going to put the number of employees here. So if you have 1, you put 1. If it's 0, you put 0. Wages and tips, that's your 10,000. If you have more than that, whatever you're using, right? I'll just use 10,000 for right now. All right, this federal income tax withheld. All right, so let's go back to our spreadsheet. So this is for your form 941. All right, and this would be line 3. Line 3. Let's see. Line 3. So I'm using 10,000. All right. And the percentage, hold on a second. All right, so you take the 10,000 times the 6.2%, and you get $620. So go back to your form, and you put 620. All right, and then you take this 10,000, put it over here for the Social Security tax, and you also put it over here for Medicaid tax. So we gotta do it again. So this is Social Security wages. Put that over here, and got the Medicaid. Copy that. Put that over there. And let's wrap the text on that. And wrap the text on this. And then you take the 10,000 times, what is it? Oh, let me get out of that. X8. I want to put the 124 and My bad, y'all. Whew. I don't know. I'm gonna get through this. Let me try to hurry up because I know my phone gonna ring again in a minute. All right, so Medicaid, let me get these numbers. So it'd be that 10,000 times, oh, stop, equals 10,000 times that, and then equals 10,000 times that. Okay, so that's those numbers, 1240. So this goes here. 290. And that goes there. And then you take these numbers right here. That is 12. So line 5E. What line was that? 5A and 5C. So these were line 5A. And this one was line 5C. All right, so line, I think this is line 5E would be, I'm gonna put it over the next line over here, equals these two numbers right though, equals this plus that. All right, so that would be that line. Okay, so that would be that one. Okay, because all of these go in there. All right, so that's 5E, 1530. And then so 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right. And then you would take line 3 and line 5E and 5F. So this one is 0. And then you do the 1530. So line 6. 6 would be line 3 plus line 5E. Bam. So 2150. So you put 2150 there. And then you keep going. If you don't have no adjustments, none of that, then you go all the way down to line 10 and you add 6 through 9. And that's 2150. Right? And keep going. And make sure you put your EIN there. Make sure you put your company name there. Right? And you add up A through B, which is nothing. Then line 11 from line 10 right here. So that would be 2150. And you keep going. The deposits in will be 2150. That'll be 0. That will be 0. Carry it all the way down. Then you go to line 13E and you add that up. So it still be 2150. These are basically the taxes you owe per quarter. Right? Then you stroll down. Nothing else goes there. So you do that semi-annually. Stroll down some more. Don't forget to put the EIN number. Don't forget to put the company name. And scroll down. If you have all this stuff, you could put that in, leave and all that, right? And then boom, come down here, print your name. Put your title, put your phone number, and sign it. Sign it and date it. Bam. So that's your 941. That's the first supporting document if you have employees. Depending on what state you're in, they may ask you for your state filing. So you have to go, each state is different. So your forms are going to be different. So I won't pull up a state filing, right? So, and that's what you would have to submit. All right. So let's say you didn't do that and they say, okay, you need to prove payroll for that period. What you can do is you could Google earning statement. Template form, whatever. Right? You get a Word document. There's a whole bunch of samples. Let's see, we got something in Word. Or maybe you already have a pay stub, or maybe you have a bank account or something, okay? So here's our earning statements. Let's pull it up in Google Docs. Let's download it. Whoop, we ain't gonna pay for that. Not today, we ain't. I already have a fillable, so I'm not gonna pay for another one. Let me see if mine will come up. It should automatically come up. I think I'm already signed in. Yeah. So I can get an earning statement out of here. And you could create one. I think I got one in my email. But anyways, in any rate, right, you have your application. I showed you how to complete a 941. You upload that. If you have the Schedule C, then you got to make sure you fill in your Schedule C. If you already filed your taxes, make sure you include all this stuff in there and finish the form out. Or maybe you have an invoice. And that's kind of like the best I could kind of do for right now. And I know that was ugly and raw and uncut, but I got to go. And I got some clients and I am super, super, super busy. And I'm not going to be able to give you all, I'm not going to be able to give you a whole lot of time because this is, I have applications I have to get in before Monday. So I do apologize for getting ghost on you guys. But I don't know, unless somebody else joins and want to do live and then I can listen in the background. Whew, I got a whole bunch of stuff I need to do to help some people get their applications in. So we're completing 941s, we're doing state filing forms, we're doing financials, we filling our applications, we're getting in. And so a lot of banks, as you notice, let me see, a lot of banks have a deadline right now. So for the PPP, Brother African Emporium shared the website. Let me see if I can get that, of a bank that's taking applications. What was the name of that website? What's the name of that website? It's so bad. What's up, Brandon? It's so bad. I ain't even been able to trade or do anything.
Shame on you, Mo. Shame on you.
No, Brandon. What's up, man? I hope you've been getting it in and earning some money.
No. I'm doing the same thing you doing. I'm trying to get my business thing together. So I finally got that stimmy. I waited for the stimmy to get this thing going.
Okay.
I got my taxes done. I want to let you know, for some reason, my tax preparer said it wasn't beneficial right now to start a business. And I looked at it. I was like, nah. Other sources said it's the best time to start a business. I'm like, you serious? With the PPP? She was like, nah, it's not. I'm like, lady, let me get somebody else to do my taxes.
You know what, Brandon? It is amazing though. I was talking to one of my friends and we were talking about how they entrepreneur and they was out selling products. And we was just saying how beneficial, how they were able to, it forced them into creating their own way. The pandemic forced them into creating their own way to sustain their household. And I was like, man, you know what? I don't even know if I ever hustled as hard for myself right now. Even when I worked on the job, I don't think I hustled for myself like I'm doing right now in the pandemic.
Right.
I'm talking like, I'm seeing people, come out, they making their own products, they purchasing products to resell. They just doing it all. They're really doing it all. So kudos to you, Brandon. Because guess what? Who's winning right now and able to get extra money in the SBA programs. Business owners.
Right.
It's not employees. They may be getting that little unemployment, but guess what? What happens when unemployment goes away? That extra money goes away. What you gonna do? Whereas you got some seed money with the PPP, which we can call that seed money, right? To help you out, some cushion, so that when things does get back normal and people pop them back on their jobs, regular, you could still self-sustain. So I don't know what she
Right.
thinks.
Yeah, just with a blank face. Yeah, it's not profitable getting into business right now. Like this lady just said that to me. I was like, you know what? Let me get somebody else to prepare my taxes because evidently you don't know what you're doing.
Man, I'm I'm like, this is the company. What's up, brother? AE, Peace, Power, and Profit. This is the website, brother AE shared, Cross River Bank. So if you guys don't have a lender out there, this is a company that's available. And this is the required documentation. So if you sign up, independent contractors, those are the ones that get those 1099s, 1099 NEC, which is non-employable compensation. Self-employed, those are freelancers out there. Sole proprietors with no employees. These are the forms. I just showed you the Schedule C, and then they want a bank statement to prove that you were in business. All right. Then this company is so savvy, they don't help you out. Put a little presentation together and then show you what these documents look like. Hey, this is a driver's license, a photo ID. Hey, this what a voided check look like. You get a check and you write void across the top. Hey, this is a Schedule C, the 2020 or the 2019, whichever one you're using. Keep the party rolling. And this is a bank statement. You get it from your bank. Prove you had some business transactions. I should have got a bank statement. Oh, I know. I could have got the bank statement. Personal bank statement that shows business stuff. What's up,
Peace,
brother?
Power, Profit. How you doing today? How you doing today?
Peace, power, and profit, brother AE.
Let's
Peace,
jump
brother. How
in
you doing?
real quick. What's going on over, Brandon? All the family in the back chat. Everybody's tuning in as always. As I always like to come on affectionately, welcome to the Urban Economic Empowerment Show. A good day. I know you like super busy. So again, we are indebted to you, Sister Monica, as we always know. Super indebted to you. But right now, I'm excited to see a lot of our people getting excited about this PPP loan, right? They're literally going to give this money away with less restrictions than the first time they had the issue, right? And so, and more than likely, it's going to turn into a forgiveness loan, which you will get it in a grant form, as long as everything stays copacetic on your end, right? So, I had a couple people ask me, some friends and also family members about the Schedule C because they are same scenario, sole proprietor, whatever. And I know you was going over it a little bit when I kind of tuned in. I might have, caught a little end of it, but and I know you're super busy. Is it able that you can kind of run through a Schedule C, kind of hit all the pertinent parts really quick, and they'll come back and they can go back and rewatch this.
I'm gonna fill it out. And fill it out for y'all. Okay. So the top of the form, this is a Schedule C. Now with the PPP, the first drawdown, if your first time, and you want to use your 19, if you have the revenue, if you have time, you probably won't have time now because you could have got two. Could have put the one in for the 19 and then got your money and double back and put in the drawdown number 2 on your 2020.
Right. And I saw that too on the thing too. That they have it now even so set up with some of these banks, these lenders, where they know people are going to be dealing with that. So they're trying to make it very user friendly to navigate these sites, to be able to partake in any aspect of it, the first drawdown or the second. So that's very, very important.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna fill one out. Let's say I'll just use my company now. Professional Solutions LLC. And put the address. Just make one up. right? And then oh, I screwed that up. Hold up. Let me get that out of there. That was your principal business or product profession. I, hold on, I messed myself up. um, they switch some things up. So right here would be your name. Right here would be the business name. They changed the form on the system. That's okay. That's what happened. Let's keep getting complacent, right? Now, here you will put in your social. Okay. Now, check it out. If your Schedule C is already completed in your tax returns, this stuff would already be in there. But if not, if you're going to complete one, which is fine, then this is how you fill it out. Now, this code right here, this is really your NACS code. So don't get confused. Enter the code from instructions. This is the NAC code. So what you do, you go to Google. If you never looked up a NAC code, and let's say I'll do a cleaning service NACS code. That's just North American Industry Code. So whatever you do, you can look it up that way. So I can use, here it is, 561-720. 561-720. 561-720. So
And if I could add too, with the website Cross River, and I think also with PayPal and a few others, they'll also have the tutorial boxes near those certain areas where they'll direct you to those NATS codes like you talk about as well too, right? Mm-hmm. So definitely be very visual, pay attention to when you kind of go on those websites, kind of see where those particular outlets can lead.
Yes, they've made this very user friendly. Okay, if you're LLC or as a sole proprietor, you decide to get you an EIN number, then you can put your EIN in there, right? So you get that off your tax filing. Then you put in the business address. Okay, put in your business address. If it's a home-based business, use that, whatever that address is. I keep doing it, getting besides my little self. Type it too fast. So street address, then city, then state. All right. Now, most of us, you guys are getting on a cash basis. So you use cash. If you have like those net 30 accounts, you got using an accounting system, you get payments in through electronically, then you probably be on accrual. But most of us on cash. So click cash. All right. Now, on G, line G, did you materially participate in the operation of the business during 2020? Right? See the instructions for loss. Okay. And so you say yes. If you started or acquired this business during 2020, you click here. If you didn't, if it was prior to that, you leave it blank. Did you make payments in 2020 that would require you to file the Form 1099? That's if you had employees. So this is saying, did you pay independent contractors or contract labor, right? Someone say, no, I did not. If yes, did you or will you file the 1099s? If you had to pay somebody 1099s, those things better have been filed by January 28th. That should have already been filed. So I'll say no. All right, here's the important piece, because here's where the change came in about to help out the small business, sole proprietors, independent contractors, and the farmers, or anyone in agriculture, right? They're using, so your gross receipts would be products and sales of products, sales of service. You put that amount here. So let's say you had 10,000. That's what I was talking about earlier. If you had any returns and you want to document it, you put it there. If not, it'll be 0. Line 3, you subtract 2 from 1, you get 10,000. Here's the trick one. Cost of goods sold. If you're selling products and you had to put that product together, you had to pay for labor, that would be your cost of goods sold. Basically, now you gotta keep in mind, if you put cost of goods sold, it's gonna subtract from your gross receipts. And so therefore, your line, so let's say, let me take this out. Let me tell you what happens. So then what people be like, oh man, I didn't know this was gonna happen. All right, you put in your cost of goods sold amount, line 4. Let's say you had 3,000. Cost of goods sold. Now your gross profit becomes 7,000. Okay. And then 5 added with 9 becomes 7,000. So now your PPP loan monthly gross income, it goes off of this number as opposed to line 1. Most of you don't have cost of goods sold. So that's gonna be 0, 4. So 4 from 3 is 10,000. You don't have any federal credits or tax credits coming out, few tax credits. So that's gonna be 0. And then 5 from 6 is 10,000. Now, this 10,000 right here, this the line 7. This is the line they're looking at when they look at your Schedule C. So the previous application, or prior to February 22nd, 2021, they was using line 31 and determining whether you took a loss or you had a profit. And if you had a profit, they allowed you to put it for the PPP. If you did not have a profit, you could not. But now with the change, like Brother African Important said, they're making it super easy for you to access the PPP so that you can get the grant write-off, especially if you get less than 50,000, right? They're using your gross income on line 7. So once you go in, you can finish it out. You put in advertising. I'll just put in some stuff that people mostly have. You can put in a lot of this information. Most people have office expenses. Whatever your expenses are, you can go ahead and put that stuff in. I'm just making up some numbers here. Right? So these numbers you would have kept up throughout the year, throughout the time period. And then you add them all up and finish out the form. Okay, now here's what happens. When you go to fill in your PPP, that 10,000, let me go back to my little spreadsheet, my little scenario right here. Let me copy it. Take all that out. If you look at the PPP application, this was my scenario. Check sole proprietor. It's company name. It's the year we established. It's a NAT code. Less than 500 employees. Address of the company. EIN. Business phone number. Point of contact. Email of the point of contact. So we're right here. We caught up. We're on the average monthly payroll. All right. So my spreadsheet from my line 7. Uh-oh, wrong one. My line 7 on my Schedule C, that 10,000. Go back to my spreadsheet. I put in 10,000, or you really could kind of use your calculator, but I just want to make sure people can see. To get the average monthly income, it's 12 months. They're going off for 12 months. So you take that 10,000 divided by 12, and you get $833.33. Then you take the 2.5. Now, if you got the EIDL, you would add the EIDL to the number. Many of you probably didn't get it, so you're trying to get the PPP. You take that 2.5, that 833.33 times 2.5. That's $2,083.33. You go back to your PPP, and boom, voila, that's the number right here, the 833, and it's the 83.33. If you have employees, you put 1. If you don't, you put 0. You put payroll costs, and we know people are gonna say, "Oh, how can independent contractors so providers have payroll costs?" Choose payroll costs. If you don't choose payroll costs, 9 out of 10 they're gonna deny you. So choose payroll costs. If they come back and say, "Well, you meant, sole proprietors don't have payroll costs," I say, "Would you like me to choose other and put sole proprietor?" And then they'll say yeah or nay. In the meantime, go ahead and put payroll costs. If, like many, you may have a facility, rent, mortgage interest, utilities, that may apply. Some of these others may apply to you as well. If it does, you click the block. If it does not, you don't. Keep the party rolling. Then you got the applicant ownership. You put the name of your you put your name, you put your title. If you're 100%, you put 100%. If you're 51%, you put 51. Anything over 20, you listen the employees that's over 20%. All right. Many of you is individually owned, so it's 100%. Go and put your EIN number or your social there and put your home address. The applicant demographic information, you could complete this if you would like, but it is optional. You don't have to. You can bypass it. Then you have a series of questions that they want you to answer, whether you're suspended, whether you've had delinquent on federal student loans. Hey, listen, if your student loan is delinquent or is in default, go ahead and call the student loans before you complete the application. Don't complete the application and then get that notice back. They deny you because of your credit risk, your consumer credit report. You don't want that. All right, let's go ahead and take care of it prior to. Make sure it's showing up properly. You got a few days to make it happen. Okay, so they can take it out of that status. Is the company owned by another business? No. Is it disaster? Did you receive the disaster injury economic loan? The economic injury disaster loan between January 31st, 2020 and April 3rd, 2020? If you did, you say yes. If you didn't, you say no. Is 20% of the individuals owned? Have they been recently incarcerated or indicted? And if not, say no and initial. Now, this is not supposed to deter them from giving you the PPP, because that was part of the acknowledgement as well. That was part of the new rule that they would allow returning citizens to apply. So I hope they're not denying you all. Fraud or embezzlement, click no and initial. Is all your employees living in the US? Hit yes. The franchise, if it is, put yes. If not, put no. And if the franchise is part of the SBA, hit yes. If not, hit no. Stroll down. The next series of questions is for you to acknowledge the terms, the representations of the SBA or the PPP. And you go ahead and initial all of this off. Read it at your leisure, and you sign it and date. Now, since you're filling this form online, you may like, oh gosh, PDF forms don't save. What you have to do is you click this arrow right here, and it'll say you want to download it with the changes. Because if you don't and you hit download, your form may be blank. Another way you could get this form downloaded with everything that you have on here, you can hit print, and you could click save as PDF. So your printer may be already set on your print, but you could change it and put save as a PDF, and it will save in your wherever drive area of your computer that you wanted, wherever the directory you wanted to go to. And then you could open it up and you could print it and you could sign, or if you got Adobe Reader, like I do, then you can open it up and add your signature and then save it. All right. Let me see if I've got some questions in the chat. So the Schedule C, just like on the website, go back. For most of the sole proprietors, this is all they're requiring. And as I stated, this company helped you out. They even showed you, this is what we would like you to send us. If you don't have any employees, a photo ID card, basically saying they want a state ID card, a voided check, write void over it so it can't be used. Your Schedule C, which is what I went through. If you've already filed your taxes as a self-employed, you could pull that Schedule C. If you have not, you could complete it. Go ahead and complete it. Right? Bank statement. Pull the bank statement. Say, please provide bank statement that covers February 15, 2020 as proof of the applicant was in business as of February 15, 2020. If available, bank statements are downloaded from your bank website will work better than a scanned copy.
If I could add to that too, with some of the verbiage I've been seeing as well, for a lot of people who are sole proprietors, they're definitely dealing a lot of business like on Cash App and Venmo and PayPal. Well, PayPal already have a summary report of your so-called payments received, so they have it now where you can literally download a summary report within that February, I think it's February
Yep.
24th, 2020.
Yep.
And so you necessarily don't have to go through your actual bank. They'll give you a detailed summary of the money that was coming in or whatever, received or
Right.
out or whatever. And you can use that as well. So just, hint, hint, wink, hint, wink, wink to a lot of people who maybe think, oh man, I don't want, them going all through my banking, how black folk are. Right?
Yep.
But we do a lot of business on PayPal. Get excited for that, and
And
so
Cash App and
and Cash
Square.
App and Square, exactly. So you can use
Uh-huh.
that one. That's actually what I did for mine because I have so many different affiliate links, that I'm connected with. Of course, I said on the record, I'm using my affiliate stuff, right? That's about whatever. But that's a good way that you necessarily have to do anything over the ordinary. I mean, it's simple the way they have it set up here with this app here. With this app, with this website here, where you don't have to go through any kind of adverse consequences. Just driver license, the typical stuff you're gonna need. Of course, they need to know who you are. Voided check. If you don't have checkbooks and you are kind of paperless with your bank, well, guess what? They also have what they call a mock one, with your counting them and writing them on it. And you could just print it right off the site or copy and paste, copy it and paste it, and still be fine. So just little small stuff like that. Just want to share that with the family.
And your a lot of now this bank doesn't put it, but some banks also, instead of doing bank statements, they'll let you send an invoice. So if you show an invoice, that's suffice. The banks we went through, we gave invoices and were funded. So this is a good one. You guys, Cross River, SBA.com, right?
So
And it's, go ahead, separate after for you.
I was gonna say, so that way everybody is clear. So the PPP is designated for two types of payment: the $1,000 if you qualify for that, which is the basis, and then the 10,000 if you qualify, meaning if you're in a low income demographic, and you kind of had in the drawdown of 30% in your business, you can qualify for the 10,000. Am I correct in saying that too for the family?
Oh, you are.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. Yep. And was sharing with them earlier, when you first went on the SBA website, you could literally, all this stuff was like, bam, on the first page, honey. They'd have made some changes. They trying to get rid of us. You need to go in. They celebrating the women. They done changed up the site. It's not easy. It's not easy for you to get to that. So what you do is don't panic. If you're looking for it, don't panic. Don't panic. Go to the menu. Go right here in the search and put in PPP.
Yeah.
Don't panic.
Don't panic. It's organic.
They got the second drawdown information. They got the frequently asked questions. They got all kinds of stuff you can get in, right? Or you can go to the menu and you can put in funding programs. I think that's where I went. And you can scroll down. They got loans, they got disaster assistance, they got grants. Hold on. Nope, that's not the one I went to. Let's see. What they do? Because I had to look for it a minute ago. I was like, oh, they trying to be smart. They didn't change up the sites on us.
Yeah.
Like this info was like right there.
And that's why I was like, when I, obviously got wind of the Cross River there, I was like, those sites like that are going to be like gold mines for a lot of people who want, who kind of intimidated when they go to these quote unquote government sites, right?
Mm-hmm.
The user friendly aspect of the government sites need to be a little bit more, catering to those people who are, again, not so familiar with these kind of processes. So, it pays to have other alternatives that can help you out too. Because even with PayPal, I don't know if you've been through PayPal's tutorial with their PPP. It's pretty kind of straightforward too, and kind of easier to to get
To the maneuver, huh?
Yeah, but Cross River, I find Cross River to be like really, really solid.
They the bomb. They got the best so far.
Yeah, you like me? See, I did that. I researched. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm going through them.
Yeah, because they when you sent me that and I was on my phone and I looked. Let me look at this website real quick. And I went to the website. I was like, oh, they didn't give me samples and everything. You can't even go wrong.
Right. It really was like really hands-on for the most, kind of, skittish person when it comes to not want to, mess up with this. In this case, it really helps a person, get through and navigate it so much more, in my opinion, of course, easier.
Oh yeah. This site had just a couple of days ago, because and some people, I don't know if you saw it, Brother African and Poor, but some of the lenders are shutting down the PPP on Monday. So you won't be able to apply after Monday.
Yeah, they probably hitting their quotas possibly, or could we, well, let me see. We got anything adversely affecting it for us?
No, I think that they probably trying to process what they have before the
Yeah,
31st.
I think what they're kind of holiday in like that, but no, I think it's a quota thing. For a lot of them, they only have so much, in escrow that they can probably work with within their workload, and that's
Right.
probably what.
Right. So, in this form, I know what I wanted to point out. The Appropriations Act, December Appropriations Act, the PPP and the EIDL is not taxable. So you guys are scrambling when you're trying to do your taxes and where to put it, or maybe use an accounting system. You put it in the equity portion of your QuickBooks. It's not taxable, and it's not counted as income.
Get excited for that. That's why I want to reiterate that too, because I know you're going out like, this is why any and everybody out there, I don't care if you sold a pack of bubble gum on eBay or PayPal, you need to be filling out for that PPP. It don't hurt you at no stance. It's not going to hurt you, right? And of course, if you make it all to the point where you get ready to submit the loan, of course, they're going to do like they typically. They still got to make sure you got any, like in this case, like I said, the student loan scenario that will be an issue for credit, but going through everything else, it ain't it doesn't negate you from getting through that. And again, worst case scenario, they just deny you, but you can turn around and file out and fill it out again. That's the great thing about it, so it's really a positive, net positive. So you either qualify for that 10 grand or you'll get the 1,000.
I'm gonna play a short video. I can't show it, but I'm gonna play the audio. JJ the CPA is the bomb.com. He's gonna talk about the tax piece real quick. Make sure you guys can hear it.
Awesome.
As soon as this little ad go through.
JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. Hey, I've done a couple of videos on this, but I've gotten some questions on it, so I thought I should shoot up another one, which is this. PPP has no tax effect. PPP is not taxable, never was. PPP is not included in your gross income, never was. PPP does not reduce down your deductions. Out of the law that came into play in December 27th, the Appropriations Act, it went out of its way to state that for round one, PPP does not reduce down your deductions. It has no tax effect. And it's separately stated that PPP that you get for round two, you do not reduce down your deductions. So we can say it three different ways, okay? It's not income. It's not gross receipts. It's not taxable. And actually, you can say it a fourth way. And it doesn't reduce down your expenses. It has no effect. No effect. On QuickBooks, I'm now just showing PPP deposit into an equity item, and then I'm washing it when it rolls to the next year. It has no P&L effect in any way, shape, or form. On the tax return on Schedule M1, I am showing it there as non-taxable income. Now, the EIDL, same thing. The EIDL grant, that is. No effect to your income. Not in gross receipts, not in gross income, not taxable, and doesn't reduce down your deductions, the grant. And also, the grant no longer reduces down your PPP forgiveness. That also came out of the Appropriations Act. And what I just told you about the EIDL grant not affecting your taxes, not reducing down your deductions, also was specific in the Appropriations Act. And In the American Rescue Act that was just passed, it indicated clearly that for the EIDL targeted grant, that also will have no tax effect. And it specifically stated that it will not reduce down your deductions. So PPP and the EIDL grant have no tax effect in any way, shape, or form, which is great news. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA.
So JJ is a CPA, and man, he's giving us so much information in reference to PPP and the do's and the don'ts. He hit a lot on things that is important. Oh, there's a map. Let me copy this. I'm gonna send you guys the low income map. So SBA has a low income map. I'm putting it in the Zoom back chat. That's in the EIDL targeted grant webpage, and put that in the back chat. So he goes and he'll put all of these sites on because he knows the changes that SBAs are making. Here it is right here that Brother African Emporium was talking about. Let me bring it up on the screen so you guys could see. So if I could bring this part up. All right, so here we go. This is the low income piece that Brother African Emporium was talking about right here. The targeted EIDL loan. This is the SBA site. Let me go down. Brother African Emporium, can you get it at the Zoom and put it in the YouTube chat? That link? Did I put it in there?
I should be able to, especially if it's a link attachment.
Yeah, I got a link. All right, yeah. So here it is right here that the COVID targeted EIDL advance that was signed into law December 27, 2020, right? But here it is, the advance goes up to 10,000. The part we were talking about is the low income piece. So if you're located in a low income community, right? Bam, here's the map. So let me click on the map. Go to the map. So they created a tool to show you the low income areas. So if you have this little purplish looking color, those are the areas that are considered the low income. All right. So you can kind of hover over the map, see where you at. It'll tell you, bam. You kind of hover over it, pick a spot wherever you think you are, and bam, it'll tell you if you're in the low income or if you're not. All right. And so you can check your area. See where you are. Or you can put it, let's see, let me put in my zip code. Put your zip code in right here.
Some of you ballers are gonna have to use your you know what I'm saying, your alias little trap house.
Yeah, you better.
Trap house,
I ain't in. God darn it.
I mean, that's a $9,000 difference right there.
Oh, you know my God.
Let me go to my trap house there.
This drama. Oh man, come on. Yeah, come on, Lexington.
Well, Lexington. You already know Lexington ain't gonna qualify. Don't even waste your time. You on that left side of 95 South? No, don't even waste your time.
Oh, look at it try to trip. So some are Hopkins, some of it. I don't know which part.
Right.
Okay, a little. Oh, this on the other side. Okay, so the Air Force base is on this side. So all y'all over there in them new subdivisions. But if you're on this side of the spectrum, Holly Hills, Matthews there, Eastover. Oh, all of Eastover. Dang, I should have used the address to Eastover.
yeah, you're definitely Eastover. You know, Black Bottoms there. You guys in Black Bottoms there.
Check my zip code in Louisiana, 70570. Check my zip code. Check my zip code in the boot.
Yeah, strategic how they added that
Oh,
demographic.
yes. If y'all in Opelousas, Louisiana, y'all better put that money in. What y'all doing?
Cost you nothing.
Oh,
Cost you nothing. That's the difference between 10 grand. Again, you could have just sold a pack of 9-liters and be qualifying down here.
damn. There it is. Look at that. That's the map. That's the map, y'all. What the zip codes I know. That's it. That's all I know. So y'all get it in. That's the map. Let's see. Let me go back to the video. Okay, so the SBA, so to get straight to the PPP is sba.gov/PPP. Bam, it takes you straight there. That's what you want. sba.gov/PPP. Straight takes you straight to the area that we've been looking for that was showing up like right in your face earlier. So here's the site. Right, here's where you go. Okay. Let's see what else on here we could take. So SBA, okay, that's the map. And then the target, the EIDL, that was this information right here. Less than 300 employees. Oh, this is the other form they're gonna ask you for, right? Because they're gonna want to pull, they want you to fill out that 4506T. Let me open it up. When you fill this form out, you fill and you apply for business, make sure you put the business name because they'll keep kicking it back. You be like, what's wrong? I did it right. Da, da, da. You know, put your business name on there, address, put your EIN number there. Scroll down. Now here, this piece right here is important. The form you did your taxes on, you probably did them on a 1040. If you were a corporation or a partnership, you probably did the 1065. If you was individual, just a corporation, you probably did the 1120. So make sure you don't forget to put that in right there in the form. If you are, so they're requesting your transcript, so you'll click that box, right? So make sure you click box B. Now, sometimes if you got it from your bank or they click to send it back to you and they say you're missing some forms, they tell you this is one for our SBA sent you this form back and you have to download it. Block C may be already checked, but that's not the box you need to check. The box you need to check is block A. Return transcripts. They want your return transcripts. And then here, they will automatically have the periods that they're requesting there. And do not forget to click this box right there, attesting that you read the form, and then you sign it and date it. So that's important. Make sure you guys have that. All right. They're going to request it. So make sure you already have it at your reach.
And that's for the disaster relief.
Yeah, that's this one. Because if you submit it, you know how when you go to the SBA and you submit it, hold on, let me go back. Let me go like we're gonna submit. Because the application right here. So when you go into the site and you click, the application is like 3 or 4 pages long, which is not that long, right? Once you fill this out and you submit, you be like, okay, I'm done, right? What happens is they will send you an email and they'll say request more documentation. And this is they're gonna want this, and they could possibly want your business tax return. So here's what happens. If they requested information from you, 9 out of 10, you haven't been filing taxes. Because I did mine and then 2 hours later, it was already approved. So if you're doing it for business and you haven't normally been filing for business taxes before, they'll come back and they'll ask you for a copy of your tax returns, and they'll ask you for you to complete this form right here because they're going to request them from the IRS. They're going to request the form from the IRS. That's the 4560. That's where this form come into play. They're going to want this and a copy of tax returns. If you have been filing taxes in the past, self-employed, sole proprietor, kind of thing, then you could fill out the form, the EIDL, and submit it, and then boom, you'll get the account. They'll want to void check or your account to verify your account information, and you sign for it, agree to the terms of your loan, and boom, they'll put the money in your bank account. Just like that. Mine came very quickly because I've been filing self-employed, I think, since 2016. So my taxes is already showing that I filed self-employed, not as an individual. So if you don't, though, don't panic. You still have opportunity. Just make sure you fill out the 4506T. Make sure you add a copy of your tax returns. If you haven't done your 19 yet, right? Maybe you're behind, you want to take advantage and you still have opportunity to complete your 2019 taxes, send them off, make a copy and upload it with this, and you're fine. You'll still get funded. The only people I have seen that have not been successful, y'all, has been those who've had student loan, their student loan. Even though when you call a student loan hotline, even though it says that all the loans are in a deferment status or forbearance status until, you know, the pandemic is a certain time period, they still will have you at the credit report like you're not playing and in default. So you need to make sure you call and you put, you know, try to get it at that status, or they're gonna deny you. They're gonna deny you. Let's see if we got some questions in the chat.
And going through that, once you get, obviously, you know, fortunate if you're able to get that check, afterwards you need to go hook, you know, see probably, you know, Brother Garfield or many others and see if you can get that student loan kind of emancipated.
You already know.
Stop fighting with that when there's a lot of forgiveness is happening in or around that space, especially for, you know, again, good that I'm not, you know, playing the political card here, but of course, y'all know under the Trump administration, they were trying to really, you know, do away with student loan forgiveness, right?
Yep.
Again, the whole idea with, you know, Betsy DeVos, and she was just fighting against the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruling obviously stands, that's law of the land, but they were trying to, you know, wiggle it out through some kind of loophole on the expiration aspect to try to do away with it. Of course, you know, it was kind of put into law under Obama, where they went after some of these malicious, you know, colleges that were kind of over marketing the campus and all this, that, and stuff, you know, whatever, just to get that, you know, that loan money. So yeah, definitely look into that, because if right now ain't the best time, because there's so many lenient government agencies out there that's trying to really, you know, do what they can to kind of somewhat help Main Street to a degree. You got nothing to lose. Submit, you know, nothing else. Submit, and see what sticks. You know, and so just something to really think about.
Yes. And the other, what I was gonna add on. So you got PPP that. So look forward to, just like last year, your states, they're getting ready to approve their budgets here into March, early April. Look forward to them pushing out some money as well. So the same documentation that you needed to submit to the feds, you may be able to submit to your state and get some support. All right. What else? Oh, so if you have employees, you know, make sure you do your 941s. They'll ask for that. Same rule apply. The 941 is what I just showed you all. Let me show it again. Because the cross rivers, they talked about that as well. So these are people with employees, right? Or they may say 940, proof 940, 941s instead of the 940. That's fine. That's this one right here. It's 941. Make sure you're doing the 2020, not the 2021. If you go through the website, IRS website, try to find the 2020. Make sure you fill out the right form. You have to fill it out per quarter based on your wages per quarter. All right. And I did the same thing on the calculation here, because it doesn't pre-calculate it for you unless you find one that does. Or you could go to, you know, I always got something. Let's see, where is it at? I do it the manual way, and I do it Where is it at? You could Google 941 calculator. And bam. Here you go. And you put in your employees. You put in your wages. Now this block here, the federal wages hold, you gotta take that 58,000 times 58,000 times 62%. So that's like that. So it would be 58, 1, 2, 3. So it would be 34, 30, 35.96. Oh, what did I do with it? Where is it? 35.96, right? You put that 58,000 right here. Uh-oh, gotta go, y'all. And also put it right there. You're looking for a sister. Bam. And see how it automatically put your numbers down for you? And that's your whole 941. So let me give y'all this link to my Zoom participants. So if you guys need to learn how to do that. And that's your 941. And I super apologize for skating out on you guys. But I have to go. I have to do some 941s for some people who try to get their packets in. And I won't be able to do the live. I can listen in on live. I'm not sure if anybody wants to share. I don't know if anybody wants to share some info this evening while the live up, or you guys are probably busy.
Sister Angie, you able to? I'm actually on my cell phone for once. Right, I'm rarely on my cell phone. I'm always in my office or whatever. But kind of.
And Angie probably busy because she's probably coming out of work. And Brandon.
Hey y'all, I'm here. Hi, what's up? Peace, peace, peace. I'm updating some information for a client also. Just updating his information online and listening to an interview too. 2 interviews. So that's what I'm doing, working again.
That's fine.
I know. I really enjoyed your presentation. As far as I'm not applying for like the regular PPP this time around. Last year I did get it, and then this time but I'm thinking of putting in because I didn't know about the other one because I didn't really work on the company as much last year. In the past year, I didn't work so much in the company as much, just trying to build up a certain base and then really focusing on my friends, Jaime and Aaron, the ones that, that were coming out of prison. So I wasn't really focusing on, actually, I can't say I wasn't focusing on it, but I'm putting their information into my site and, just building up the company around them as the main clients for now. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Just get it together as far as what services I'm really gonna be offering on a regular basis.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm here translating Spanish to English.
Yeah, that's I was like, what is that noise? I thought it was
I don't speak, sorry. I don't speak. Poquito.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. No problem.
I'm here. How long are y'all gonna be on for a while?
No, I got to go. I have to do some loan applications and they're calling me, so I have to get off. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all know we be rocking out, but since this time period is very lucrative, we gotta do. So
gotta get paid.
Yes.
Super chat enough. That super chat keep us here down this kid.
For real. Because right, we spent a lot of time before. So, hey, we try to keep you guys abreast and up on point. So now it's time for us to get some work done. And then I had to catch up with you guys again on the next live or something once I get caught up. with these businesses, but I still got 6 in the hole. We got to get done by Monday. So
All right.
Thank you again. Truly indebted to you. Truly indebted to you as well, Sister Angela, Oprah, Brandon, everybody, Brother
All right.
Garfield, everybody that tune in to the Urban Economic Empowerment Show every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Go subscribe to Sister Monica channel. Go subscribe to Monica Lamb YouTube channel. Stop playing. Go subscribe. That sister needs 1,000 subscribers. She need 100,000, but definitely get her to 1,000 so we can support people who've been supporting us. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, African Emporium Verbatim. Right, again, support your clan because people out here trying to really, keep you guys up to date on what we know. Of course, not like we're just the only place, but we're just trying to deliver content that's useful and practical and tangible, right? So again, support the people who support you, right? And hopefully, if things work out, I may get a chance to go live again late this evening on my channel to kind of talk about what the Feds did today, right? Because that was a massive boom in the market. People, it was wild, right? I kind of expected it, but it was wild. So tune in.
awesome. I'll be looking forward to it. So let me get my stuff knocked out so I can tune in because I've been missing out. Peace,
Don't worry.
power.